Welcome to the Principles of Cargo IQ. My name is Lothar Möhle, and in this video I will give you a brief introduction to Cargo IQ, what we do, how we do it, and why we do it. We are going to address the question, what is Cargo IQ? Why Cargo IQ was created? What does plan, deliver, learn together mean? What is continuous service improvement? We address the industry basics and caring for our future, planning, control, and evaluation. Cargo IQ addresses one of the main challenges to our air cargo industry, the distributed nature of its service delivery model. In this distributed service model, different specialized companies perform different tasks, like forwarders, trucking companies, air carriers, ground handlers, and other cargo terminal operators. Some may compare this model to the integrator services, rate it negatively, and talk about our industry as fragmented. At Cargo IQ, however, we believe that this model is actually the core of our industry's strength. The model allows our industry to be extremely efficient by sharing specialized infrastructure and services between various companies. A carrier, for instance, can service many different shippers who are represented by very few forwarders. And forwarders address and offer shipment needs or additional supporting services outside of the carrier's core capabilities. This way, forwarders provide carriers as well as shippers with an extremely efficient interface to match each other's needs and capacity. This also applies to expensive infrastructure like airport operations and warehouse facilities. Sharing these among various carriers with a fair level of competitiveness between providers reduces the industry overall unit cost dramatically. Meanwhile, the vast choice of carriers and network options that forwarders can use as service provider for their customers create an unrivaled level of flexibility. Forwarders can pretty much ship anything, anywhere within almost any given window of time. And of course, another big advantage of this distributed delivery model is its resilience. In the air cargo industry, many parties work together. Their activities may overlap and every now and then compete. But if one piece of the puzzle goes missing, another may take its place. And in the end, the system as a whole is very resilient. The model also has its weaknesses. The industry process needs alignment across different companies. Within one company, it's relatively easy to have all processes aligned, but we have different companies that need to work together to deliver our services. And of course, this may lead to intransparency in planning and execution. It is not always clear what needs to happen where and when, or where and when things have happened. Finally, with two people at the table, there may be some misunderstandings, leave alone where there are three or more. So there is a risk of different interpretations on what was agreed and what really goes on in the actual service delivery. These are serious challenges, but we can rise to meet them, and this is exactly where Cargo IQ finds its role. We cherish the benefits of our industry's service model while we address its challenges. It makes sense, therefore, that our mission can be summed up as plan, deliver, learn together. Since industry cooperation is our strength, we need reliable process outcomes. So we need to plan, deliver, and learn together. And that brings us to how we translate that mission into what we do. We are an industry created full supply chain community that improves the air cargo customer experience by clear service commitments and standards for evolving business needs, end-to-end transparency in planning and execution of air cargo shipments, an industry quality management system for providers and processes. In order to deliver our mission, we focus on covering the industry basics. Here we look at three main aspects. First of all, we want to make sure that our methods are applied to all shipments. Cargo IQ is a method for planning and control, and to be of value there, it actually has to be applied. More so, proper evaluation of our members and their processes means that all shipments need to be included, the challenging ones as well as the simple ones, the ones that went smoothly as well as the ones that had a problem or even a service failure. One truth for all shipments. Secondly, we need to plan, control, and evaluate in line with the reality of our business practices. For proper planning of shipments and processes, we need to use planning targets in line with what expectations of what will happen, based on how the various processes were designed. And for evaluation, we need to compare performance with the roadmap plan, as the plan is what the service commitments to the shipper was. Whether it is a forwarder, a carrier, or a ground handler, we need to evaluate the shipment. And finally, we believe that the industry needs to recognize and implement one universal tool that for service delivery and management. And all of this starts with our own membership, of course, but this is how we address our industry's basic needs. Now, it is not enough to just work on the fundamentals of what we are doing. We also need to work on our future. Cargo IQ wants to make sure that whatever product was sold, whatever product was bought, whatever was committed to, that is what will be delivered. The membership and our industry as a whole needs a clear way to define the differences between their services. Because if you can't express your services, then how can you agree on them with your customer and that your quality gets valued? That's why we are working on service parameters that clearly express the exact nature of our product. This is very important for our industry and for our membership. Next to that, we work to extend our historic focus on planning and control of shipment movements into the condition under which they move. Care mapping will be a quality control program for shipment care that complements the various quality assurance programs that are already out there in the market, such as Good Distribution Practice or GDP. It is aimed at creating transparency rather than setting standards. As a final piece to complement that, we work on the membership. We aim to grow the membership and develop it. We want every member of our community to benefit from what we do and to improve on what they are doing. If you want to know a bit more about our initiatives, here, check out the video Mega made on our community and the one I made on development. In the end, we can say that planning, control, and evaluation are at the core of Cargo IQ. There are various aspects to planning in Cargo IQ. We plan for shipment movement and custody by creating route maps. Route maps that are created by the CDMPs. A CDMP is a cargo data management platform. That is an IT service that is either offered by an IT company that is a member of Cargo IQ or by the member's own system. CDMPs use offsets to create route maps, timing targets for every process step along the way of the shipment's journey. The offsets are made available to the community in a system called Encore, the Enhanced Common Offset Registration. Once a shipment is planned in a route map, one can find exactly what is supposed to happen, at what moment for a particular shipment. It therefore also shows who is in control of the shipment and who has the custody, whether that is the forwarder, the carrier, the GHA, or the consignee. The next step after planning is execution or service delivery. And for Cargo IQ, that means controlled delivery. We want to make sure that the shipment progress is monitored and the information from this monitoring is shared between the involved parties through their cargo data management platform. Members and their CDMPs also compare the shipment progress with their shipment planning. And if there is a deviation, this information is shared and the CDMPs raise awareness. This awareness allows for replanning and sharing of new updated route maps, which of course will contain full information on the original service commitment as well. Exceptions to the planning and its included services commitments are exchanged using the CDMPs and Cargo IQ exception handling coding procedure. But planning and control are not enough. Remember our mission: plan, learn, deliver together. We need to learn as well, and for that we need to evaluate what we have done. In Cargo IQ, every shipment gets evaluated. As well as every process and through its data, one can evaluate their service providers, their services, and their products. And with that, we have reached the end of this presentation. At the end of this video, you should have an idea what Cargo IQ is, why Cargo IQ was created, know the mission of Cargo IQ, understand the concept of continuous service improvement, and know about the strategic themes of our industry basics and caring for our future. And understand the concept of the core Cargo IQ: planning, control, and evaluation. My team and I have made more videos for you that explain Cargo IQ. Thank you very much for watching this one.